And I'm only doing this so that next season, season 4 is coming. You people should not try this again. Please. No continuity issues. Come on. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaqi, but my friends call me Jaqi. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome back. It's been a minute. I was gonna start singing a song, but I think I will pass. All right, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. All right, and yeah, if I sound like I have a cold, it's because I have a cold. All right, so as the title already suggests, I will be telling you guys the things that I found wrong with the TMC series. That's the Men's Club. If you're not familiar with the Men's Club, or if you've never heard about it, it's a Nigerian series here on YouTube. It's on Red TV's channel here on YouTube, and it's sponsored by UBA, I believe, because they won't shut up about it. Everywhere in the series, there's always like, they're shameless plugs, man. It's so crazy. But anyway, it's sponsored by UBA. I absolutely love this show. I love this show. Let me just say that first so that you understand that this video is coming from a place of love. Okay, so the Men's Club follows four confused human beings, four guys, and it really focuses on their love lives and then every other thing, every other aspect of their lives, but mainly on their love lives. I actually like this show. So how I stumbled upon this, I didn't stumble upon it actually. YouTube kept shoving this show down my throat, suggesting it to me every second. Like, it was so crazy. So one day I just gave in. I was like, okay, let me see what the Men's Club is all about. It was the season 3. I clicked on the first episode and I was hooked. I finished season 3, all 13 episodes, and I went back to season 1 and I started the whole show again. So I just figured it makes sense that I would watch season 3 again. And when I was watching season 3, I was like, oh my God. No, they did not. No, they did not. No, what? Like, what in the continuity is going on here? What is happening? So I thought I have to make a video about this. I remember in the last video I posted, that's the Sugar Rush review. If you haven't seen that, I'm going to link it somewhere in this video. Continuity is such a major part of film production. I don't know if people just don't understand it. Look, makeup artists, costumer, even the actors themselves. Calm down, Jaqi. All right, you know what, let's just get into it. It might be a long video. It's 13 episodes, and yeah, there will be some spoilers, I think, in this video. But if you haven't watched the Men's Club, please go and watch it, okay? It's on Red TV's YouTube channel. In fact, if you just put in the search box the Men's Club TMC series, it will come up. It's a very good show, and yeah, I really like this. Cheesy and sometimes corny, but it's good. It's good. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Okay, so let's begin. So this is Louis. Meanwhile, guys, the guys on this show, I don't know, I find them attractive. They're really cool. My dad watches my videos, so that's where I'm gonna stop. Okay, so this is Louis, and he's at home. Obviously, he has a chain watch on. He's looking at the watch. We can see that he has a watch, right? Next thing, he goes to Aminu's office, and there is no watch. So I'm like, why is there no watch? There is no watch. And then he's back at the house at this party that they were throwing for Tayo, a surprise party that Tayo's girlfriend Tiara was throwing for him. And bam, he has a watch again. Okay, so let me just explain something to you guys. In case you're not familiar with how movies are made or series, whatever. Say you're in a house, for example. So you can see that the scene where Louis was in the house initially, and then he left, and then he came back to the house during the party. the house scene and the party scene, it's in the same location. So chances are they're going to shoot those two scenes at the same time, right? Oh, not at the same time. You know what I mean? Back to back. So most times if you have a costume on and you're using this space, for example, I'm going to do all the scenes that I have in this space with this costume on. So there will be continuity. The tricky part now is if you have scenes outside of this space and you have to recreate everything from makeup to costume to everything. You know what I mean? Everything. That's where the wahala starts, okay? Because a lot of people just get it wrong. Yeah, and that's what happened here, because obviously the office is not in the house, so they had to go elsewhere to shoot that. And sometimes it could even be like a month apart, it could be 3 weeks apart, it could be a week apart. So that is why continuity people, makeup artists, costumers, you have to have a camera. You have to have a camera. You can use your phone. You have to take pictures, document everything. Have the actors hold out their hands, see the type of watch they're wearing, the belt, shoes, socks, hat, every single thing. I know it seems like a lot of work, but this is what makes movies great. Like, it is everything to have a good story. So you have the cinematography, you have the story, and all of that. But when there are discrepancies in the costume and makeup department and continuity, it just takes away from the experience. And you think people are not noticing, but we can see these things. Share rate Wani, like, come on, we can see this thing. So that's all I noticed in episode 1. So episode 2, this is Tenny, Auntie Shafi Bedo. I love this woman so much. I love her so much. She just clocked 50 and she looks amazing. Anyway, let's talk for another day. So episode 2, in fact, in episode 1, you can see that she showed up at Tayo's party because she's Lola's mom. So Lewis is dating Lola, right? But earlier in episode 1, Larry had hooked up with Tenny because he likes older women. And then they're at this party and she just shows up. You can see she's got nails on, she's got everything. Right? Next thing, Larry goes to the hotel room to break for her, basically, that why didn't you tell me you're my friend's girlfriend's mother? Why? And we can see that she has no nails on. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, how? Are they press-on nails? Is that what we're going for? Is that what we're going with? Come on. Come on. It was just too soon. It was just too soon. And then the next morning, she's back with the same nails. It's like, how? How are you doing it? So as you can see here, Larry has a brown leather wristwatch in this scene with his sugar mommy in his office. And then another sugar mommy, by the way. Larry's life is very interesting, as in... And then later in the day when he went to hang out with his boys, like they always do, he's got a black watch on. Like, how? Do you just walk around with different wristwatches in your bag and then change them whenever you feel like it? How does that work? So again, back to what I said earlier, different locations, you have to know what this person wore now. You have to know. And then here we have Patrick. Patrick is Aminu's stepbrother who's trying to take over the company. Ibrahim Suleiman, I absolutely love this guy. I think he's a fantastic actor. But as you can see here, he's got a black belt on with a rectangular buckle, right? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah. And then you can see his beads. He has just one. Next thing, we see him much later in the night. He went to Jasmine's house. Jasmine is his baby mama who they were trying to use to swindle Aminu. Anyway, long story. Go and watch the show, okay? But as you can see here, the belt is different. He now has 2 beads on. Like, how? Again, do you have belt in your bag or in your car and an extra bead? You're like, I'm going to see Jasmine. I think I'm going to choke her in this scene, so I want the effect. I want the effect to be there as I'm choking her. Let the thing, like, I need two bracelets for this. Like, that sounds so stupid. Exactly. That's how stupid it is. Okay, so next up we have Larry again. Okay, can I just say something? Not that I'm mentioning Larry's name, I just remembered. Please, if it's not absolutely relevant to the story that a character comes from a certain tribe, maybe they're Igbo, Hausa, or something, if it's not absolutely necessary to the relevant to the story, can we just give them names that they're comfortable with? Larry can't even pronounce his name correctly. Too many can't even speak Yoruba. I think in season 1 or season 2 she tried and it was just atrocious. It just seems tacky, okay, especially when you know that, okay, these people, it's not like they grew up in America or abroad and they can't speak the language. They grew up in Lagos or wherever it is that they were from, but they can't pronounce their names, they can't speak the language. It just doesn't make much sense to me. I know that there are people who are Yoruba who live here, who have lived here all their lives and can't speak Yoruba, but at least they can pronounce their names correctly. So anyway, so we have Larry here. He's got on silver cufflinks, right? And the next thing we know, he has on black cufflinks. And then the next thing, he's got the same silver cufflinks. Come on, guys. Again, it's just tacky. Let's just do better, okay? Very quickly, let's talk about Lola's wig. So this is Lola. She just woke up. She noticed that Louis didn't come home. Yes, they're living together and they're not married. So she noticed that Louis didn't come home. She looked outside. His car isn't there. She starts to panic. She calls Aminu. What's up? I haven't seen Louis. And then she heads to his office. So this is her hair when she just woke up, and this is the hair immediately, like probably 30 minutes apart. I don't know how far Aminu's office is from her house, but this is the hair that she showed up with. Please make it make sense. And then all hell broke loose. They're looking for Louis. They can't find him. Even Aminu, with all his connect, was trying to find Louis too, but it was just proving difficult. So you have Tenny here, who is Lola's mom. You can see here that she has no wristwatch on. Nada. So they finally found Louis and they got word that he was at the police station. So they drove there very quickly, and the police people said that it's only his lawyer that will be allowed in, and conveniently Tenny is a lawyer. That's Lola's mom, so she was allowed to go in, and bam, she has a watch on. But please just observe the wristwatch, okay? It's a loose chain wristwatch, and I think it has some white detail in the middle. Also, please observe her hair, okay? Curly, I don't know what this is called, bohemian curls or something, but it's quite long, and yeah, just put that at the back of your mind. And also you can see here where she has no wristwatch on that she had no nails on, and also at the police station with Louis, she had no nails on but she had a wristwatch on. Okay, this is where the fuckery starts. Now they were able to bail Louis out. Louis was brought home to meet Lola. They hug it out and there's some tears and whatnot. And this is Tenny hugging Larry, her boy toy. And you can see here, bam, she has nails. Auntie, how did you do it? Please let me know. How did you do it? How'd you manage it? I mean, where did you do that? Like, how? Are you kidding? And please, can you look at her watch? It's a different watch. A different watch entirely from what she had on at the police station. Please, just make it make sense, please. Now, she's back at the hotel with Larry and her hair has changed. Nothing has changed yet, too. Same costume, same everything, but the hair don't change. So, how? Like, what? Were you thinking because it's another curly wig, we're not going to notice? Of course, like, it's clear. What? You... Is this a joke? Come on. Come on. And then please look at this wristwatch. Just please. It is another watch entirely. It's a different watch. 3 watches, 1 costume. Are you kidding? Is it? What? Ah, no, you guys, fear God. Literally, from here, this picture on your screen right now, showing her adjusting her hair, to this next picture, yeah, a millisecond apart, I'm telling you. And then they just continue the conversation from there. And I was like, what the hell? What in the name of Tyler Perry's movie A Fall from Grace is happening here? How? TMC, guys, come on, please, I'm begging you, please. Okay, now please let's observe Tayo's belt here before he left the house. This is before the whole police station debacle. Okay, so this is before he left the house, and you can see his belt. It's like a U type of thing. But when he was at the police station, he received an alert that was heavy. His girlfriend Tiara spent I think over $500,000 on clothes, and he ran to the house to say, bitch better have my money. Okay. So as you can see, his belt is different. It's like, how? Which is very funny because this how do I put it now? This is still in their house, but like I said earlier, you can tell that in the scene earlier, Tiara didn't have any makeup on, so that could have totally been shot on a different day, you know, and this is a different day entirely, and yeah, continuity issues again. Okay, so it's not really clear here, but you can see that Tiara has nails on as she's writing in her diary. So fast forward to after she got back from shopping, she had nails on too, which is great, right? Because she had nails on just a couple of hours before that. So when Tyler came home now and was raking for her, like, babe, you don't spend money like that. I worked hard for this money. You can't just spend over $500,000 on clothes and shoes. He left the house again to go hang out with his guys, I guess. But upon coming back to the house, Tiara has no nails on. Like mine. None. Nothing. It's like, how? How now? How did you do it? Okay, still on Tiara. Okay, so still on Tiara. The next morning, literally the next morning after they had a fight. So you can see here, she has nails on. Remember that the last time we saw her, she didn't have nails on, right? So now she has nails on, she has a ring on, 2 bangles. We're like, okay, great. The next scene, as she was leaving Tyra's house, she went to her father's company, her father's office, and Tiara had no nails on. She had no ring on. I can even understand the ring one. Sometimes you dress up in the house and you feel, I could do without this. Maybe it's too much, and then you just take it off and put it in your bag. I get that. I understand. But she had no nails on. How? Do you know what? Just keep it simple, okay? If you want them to have nails on, then figure out a way for them to always have nails on. If that's the character's persona, you know, their personality, to always look kept, to always look, you know, peng all the time, then make sure that they always have nails on. And you can keep it simple. Like Sharon's character, Jasmine, she always has white nails on. I think that's her thing. Always. In fact, Sharon didn't have any continuity issues in this series. I guess because every time we saw Sharon, she didn't really have continuity. We see her, and then that's it for her for that scene. The next time we see her, it's a different costume. You know, Sharon's costume in this series was really, really amazing. I don't know who is responsible for that, but top notch. Okay, it fit her character. I just really, really pretty dresses, and she always looked, excuse me, she always looked clean and put together. Love it. So yeah, just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Somebody like Lola, I think Lola just carries her nails, her natural nails, and no issues there. All right, let's go to all right, let's go to Larry. So Larry, I think one of his other sugar mummies, not any of the 2 that I showed you, another one. I think he told that one that he wasn't doing again. as per I know do again. And she wasn't happy about that. Not only did she revoke all the contracts, she sent people to come and beat him up, okay, at night. So we see Lewis at the bar with his friends, no pocket square, or what's it called? Pocket square, right? Tie square, I don't know. That thing that men put in the pockets of their suits or their jackets. He had nothing on. By the time they went to beat him up, he still had nothing on. It was dark, so I couldn't really see. Next thing, he goes to his sugar mommy number one, that's Tenny. He had nothing in his jacket. Do you guys understand? He had nothing in his jacket. Much later in the day, he didn't go home obviously the previous night. He slept at Tenny's house or her hotel room. By the time he went back to his house, he had a black and white polka dot. I'm like, we don't have the fear of God. Honestly, that's what it is. You guys don't have the fear of God. How? Where did that come from? Where? Did the customer just think, you know what? A pocket square would look good on you in this scene. Even though we didn't have it in the previous scenes. Like, in this scene, it would look really, really good. Okay, just put it in there. Okay, now let's go to Lewis. So Lewis is at the L Lounge. That's his lounge. He's obviously got a wristwatch on here, a chain wristwatch. But please observe the links, like the chain pattern. And then from here he goes to Aminu's office to ask for a loan, and you can see that he has no wristwatch on here. But upon getting home to meet Lola, he has a wristwatch on, which I don't have a problem with, but it is another wristwatch entirely. How did he do it? So guys, please let's observe Tiara again. Okay, so this is Tiara at home in the morning with Tayo. They're trying to get ready to go to work, and you can see her here. She looks beautiful. She's got nails on. Great. The next time we see Tiara, it's at the restaurant when she saw Tayo innocently hugging Hadiza, who is, I don't know if you can call Hadiza his ex, but yeah, they had something. So she saw that and she's got so heartbroken. I actually like this show. Can you guys tell? Okay. Anyway, so the next time we see her at the restaurant, you can tell that she has no nails on. I know it's difficult to tell, but guys, just look closely. No nails. Alright? Next thing, we see her at the house because she went out, she got drunk, she got turned, and then bam, she has nails on again. So obviously, the first sequence when they were getting ready to go to work and this scene were probably shot at the same time. You get the gist. It shouldn't be though. That's not an excuse. And then literally, the next morning, she doesn't have nails on again. So it's like, was it in a drunken state that she was able to take off her acrylic nails? Let's just move on. Alright, on to Lewis. So Lewis is the hat guy. They talked about it a lot in this series. He's always wearing his hat. Has a lot of hats. He has hats that can fit a whole box. Okay, but in this scene, you see him at the L Lounge talking to his guys with a hat on. I don't know what this sort of hat is called. You can see how straight the outer layer is. And then the next scene, he goes back home to meet Lola, and he's wearing a completely different hat. Fine, same color, but we noticed I noticed it's a different hat. It's a different hat. Okay, continuity. What's up? Costume. What's up? Even the actors, you're not exempted from this. What's up? Okay, we're moving. This is like episode 9 now or something like that. Let's observe Tenny. She was a culprit in this series, honestly. Her mistakes were unforgivable. What's happening here? She came home to see her daughter, and Lola is seeing her off, and we can see that Tenny has just one necklace on, no nails. Observe the hair, and she's got that loose wristwatch on. Very nice wristwatch, by the way. I like it. Right? No nails, clearly. A ring on the hand that she's wearing the wristwatch on, which is her right hand, which is really odd. Who wears their wristwatch on there? Where do you wear a wristwatch? On the left or the right? I do left. Red lipstick. Now, they're inside. Lola had to call her mom back. Her mom left, and then Tonya came. Tonya is Lewis's ex-wife who's pregnant for him. She came. They have some sort of agreement, which is just really ridiculous anyway. So she wants the house as compensation for everything that Lewis put her through, and she is requesting that they leave the house. So Lola called her mom back to say, "Mommy, please come and help me pack. I need to pack." So Tenny's back at the house, and they've packed all these boxes. And now look at Tenny's hair. It's way longer, right? I don't even know how she did it. And all of a sudden, her lipstick is no longer red. It's now brownish nude. And then she has nails on. How did she do it? She has nails on. And then her necklace is 2 instead of 1. I don't get it. And it's a different watch. It's a different watch entirely. I don't even know how that's possible. Like, how? Come on. It makes sense now. Anyway, that's that for Tenny for that scene. And please observe Lola's bum shots. She had no belt on. But here, still inside the house when they are packing, she now has a belt on. It's like, come on, are you kidding? Like, when you were packing, you now realize that, oh my god, wait, instead of me packing this belt in the bag, let me just wear it. Okay, so the last time we left Tiara, she had no nails on, and then she went out again in the night. This picture has nothing to do with anything. This was when they saw her in the club the previous night, and I just love the picture. I like Tiara, by the way. So yeah, literally from the room only to come to the parlor, she has no nails on. So yeah, she has no nails on. Literally a minute from when we just saw her in the room to her coming out to talk to her dad. Okay, let's talk about Clint. Clint is the guy that Jasmine and Patrick used to set Tumini up so that Aminu would dump her. And it worked, but now they're back together. So they were able to track Clint down, and he was about to abscond, but they were able to apprehend him before he did. Now this is him at the house before they caught him, and you can tell that he has a polo shirt on, black trimming, and nothing on the chest. But when we get to the holding cell, we can see that he has a shirt on. Maybe because of lighting, the color is different, but what is clear here is that there is a white embroidered detail on his chest, which wasn't there initially. So it's a different shirt. So I was just thinking to myself, I was like, wow, I mean, he's nice. So you mean he'll arrest you? Not arrest, kidnap. And then they'll allow you to change your clothes. Wow. I was like, eh? Oh, right. Let's talk about Tumini. Tumini is so pretty, by the way. Mimi Chaka, I think her name is. She's so pretty. I love her. I love her so much. They're here at the house, and as you can see, she's got beads on, and it's 2, and Aminu has a chain wristwatch on. No pocket square. His belt has a rectangular detailed buckle thing. So you can see here, it's clear, 2 bracelets, right? Her makeup is really good here. It's popping. But then they come to the holding cell and we can see that Tumini has 3 bracelets on. And like, how? Again, did she say, hold up, Aminu, I need one more. Like, come on. I don't know if you can see here, but Aminu has a pocket square here. I don't know what that shit is called. A pocket handkerchief. So he has one on. He didn't have one at the household, but he has one here, black. So from the cell now, Clint mentioned Jasmine's name and Patrick's name, so they came to confront Jasmine. Now they're here. Tumini has 2 bracelets on. Aminu is back to not having a pocket square, which is great, and he has no wristwatch on. So I'm guessing he took off his wristwatch when he got to the holding cell in case he needed to, you know, throw Clint a punch or two. And then his belt is obviously different too here. Crazy stuff. So you can tell that this sequence and the sequence earlier, they were shot at the same time, so everything is the same, but it does nothing good for continuity. Nothing. So from there, when he was talking to Tumini, he said he wanted to leave the house, so he came to hang out with his guys at the club or at the lounge, and he has a pocket square. Crazy stuff, right? Come on, guys, please, let's do better now. I beg. Like, it's not fair. Okay, very quickly, let me talk about this particular set of scenes at Louis's house between Louis, Tonya, and Lola. It left me very, very confused. Okay, so from here, Louis and Lola came back to the house to get the rest of the things, right? So Louis has a navy blue shirt on, a brown hat, as you can see. The shirt is quite snug and it's plain. So you can see Clara here. He's talking to Tonya. Tonya is begging him, I want you. Okay. I want you back. And Louis is like, no, no, no. Forget you. This scene is supposed to be, because the beginning of this particular scene was Louis carrying a bag into Lola's house because they moved into Lola's house. So I'm thinking that from the previous costumes that we just saw, that's what they should have on here. But it looks like a different costume entirely. Well, it is different costumes entirely. And then they come here to bail the mom out from the police station because she was arrested. And Lola has a different costume entirely. And then back to this place, Louis has the same costume that he had on when they just got to the house, to Lola's house, with their bags. It just didn't make sense to me. Aminu still has his suit on. It just didn't make sense to me, and it just left me really, really confused. So let's move on to Aminu. He's starting to question whether his son Nas is his, actually. So we can see him here. He has a black set of cufflinks on, and this is him at the office. Obviously a different set of cufflinks. And then he got the result. Then he came here to Jasmine's house, and you can tell that he has the same cufflinks as before he left the house, but no wristwatch on. So that was episode 11. I didn't notice anything in episode 12, I guess because there was no continuity. No, that didn't come out right. I just didn't notice anything in episode 12. I think because there was no continuity. Okay, so on to the season finale. Lola is pretty. So she came to meet Louis's mom to invite her to the pseudo wedding that they were going to have, her and Louis. And check out the earrings that she has on here. But much later in the night, I guess she got home, went about her business, got home, took a nap, and Louis came back and saw that she wasn't feeling too well on the bed, and you can see that she has a completely different set of earrings on. This sort of thing, yeah, it would have been better if she didn't even have earrings on, because it's not odd that when you go out and you come back and you want to take a nap that you would take your earrings off, as opposed to her having a completely different sets of earrings on. It just didn't work for me at all. It didn't matter that it was the same color. Do you think we're not going to notice? Speaking of Lewis, Lewis was at Aminu's hotel room earlier, and this is the hat that he had on. You can see it better here, so you can see the shirt. I took the shirt so that you would see that it's the same shirt that he had on when he got home much later. You can see here that it's a different hat. He has a different hat on. How? Please make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's the same color, yes, but did you think we're not going to notice? Come on now. Like, this sort of mistakes should not be happening. This is your 3rd season. Oh, okay. So, moving on. We're almost at the end of this video. So, moving on. We have Aminu here at the house. He got news that the person, Muhammad, who, it's a long story. Go and watch the show, okay? He got news that someone who he's been chasing was in custody, so he was going to see the person. You can tell that he has, or you can see that he has cufflinks on. It's like rectangular or something, but they're silver. And then he has his wristwatch on. But now, upon getting to the holding cell, it's different. He has a black wristwatch on, leather wristwatch. How? Was he thinking, wait, when I get to the holding cell, I might want to punch Mohammed, so chain ileja. Like the chain fit cut, so make I just change it to leather. Like, oh, guys. So now he's back at the house and he has his chain wristwatch on because obviously it was shot at the same time that the previous scene was shot. Get it? And I think TFC were like, you know what? We need to end this mess up with a bang. Do you know what I mean? Like, what can we do to really mess it up? And I thought, Lola and Louis's wedding. Let's go there. Let's go. So this is Tenny at the wedding. This wedding seemed like an afterthought, to be honest with you guys. And it looked like it was done in a rush. So this is Tenny at the wedding when you would think that the mother of the bride will have some makeup on, right? But can we just get into Tenny's skin? It is flawless. No lipstick, no brows. You see her here, and then you can see the wristwatch that she has on. You see the what's it called now? The ring that she has on is like a petal design, and she has claws on. Great. So now you can see that she has like nude shoes on at the party. Her dress was really nice, by the way. So great, right? But obviously, her and Larry decided to hook up after the wedding. So this is them at Larry's house. And Tisha Fibelo or Tenny has makeup on. She did her brows, put foundation on, highlighter, the whole works. Lipstick. Crazy stuff, right? And as you can see here, she has black heels on. Like, the audacity of you guys. What? And then you can see that she doesn't have nails on anymore. And her ring is different. Her ring looks like robo design. This is not the ring that she had on earlier. And then Too Many at the wedding didn't really have makeup on. She looked very barefaced. She didn't have lashes on. This is the best picture I could get, but she was just barefaced. But upon getting home, just look at that. She's pretty shy. But look at that. Come on. If anything, her makeup should be worse than when we saw her at the party. Guys, anyway, that's it for me for this video. I decided to talk about this because we can do better. Okay, I really love the show, and I feel like with the 4th season coming up, mistakes like this should not be happening. Like, I don't want to see it. Please, I'm actually begging. I really love the show, and when I see things like this, it just takes away from the experience for me. So please, guys, I'm begging you. I'm begging. Please, just do better. Please, I'm begging. Even if you need to buy a point and shoot for your continuity person or makeup artist, like put it in the budget. Maybe it has money. Oh. I'm kidding, but you know, like, come on, makeup artists, costumiers, continuity people, even the actors. Everybody should just do what they need to do, please. There's more to movie production than just coming and just spitting your lines and thinking that's it. I can only imagine the editor's face when he or she is seeing all these things when editing. It's very, very demoralizing, I'm telling you. And there's nothing you can do about it then. There's really nothing you can do. I'm not going to talk about the story, like the loopholes, what I think could be better, because storytelling is very subjective. Okay, where you might want to go with your story might not be where I want to go with my story. But when it comes to makeup, costume, those things, it's either black or white. Okay, so please listen to better. Okay, all right, guys, that's it for this video. Oh my god, it's such a long one. I'm so sorry. So that's it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. I honestly hope you enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, so till next time, mwah. Bye.